Welcome to AI TV News. In this segment, we're exploring why postal services in India and across Europe are suddenly halting package shipments to the United States, a move that could affect millions of online shoppers, small businesses, and families. Imagine ordering a product online from a small business in Italy or sending a care package to a relative in the U.S. from India. For now, and for an unknown period of time, that is no longer possible through the regular postal service. Starting this week, national postal operators in countries from Germany and France to India and Singapore have announced a temporary but immediate suspension of most parcel shipments to the United States. This isn't a strike or a technical glitch. It's a direct response to a sudden and significant change in U.S. import policy. The heart of the issue lies with a rule known as de minimis. This is a term used in trade law that essentially sets a value threshold below which goods can be imported into a country without facing customs duties and taxes, and with very little paperwork. For years, the United States had a de minimis threshold of $800. This meant that you could order a product from another country, and as long as its value was under $800, it would likely arrive at your doorstep without any extra import fees. This high threshold was a major benefit for international e-commerce, making it easy for American consumers to buy from sellers around the world. However, on July 30, 2025, the Trump administration signed an executive order completely eliminating this $800 rule, with the change set to take effect on August 29th. The stated goal of the U.S. government is to crack down on the smuggling of illicit drugs and to prevent other abuses of the system that they believe the high threshold enabled. But the consequence of this action is that nearly every international package, no matter how low its value, will now be subject to U.S. customs duties. There are a couple of key exceptions. The new rule does not apply to letters and documents, so your mail will still get through. Additionally, gift items with a declared value of up to $100 are also exempt from the new tariffs and can still be shipped. But for the vast majority of commercial goods, the free pass is over. This policy shift has sent shockwaves through the global logistics network, leading to a cascade of service suspensions. India Post, which sends an average of 3 tons of cargo to the U.S. every single day, is suspending all its parcel services starting August 25th. The impact in Europe is even more widespread. Deutsche Post, along with the postal services of Denmark, Sweden, and Italy, have already stopped accepting U.S.-bound parcels. France and Austria are scheduled to follow suit on Monday, the 25th, with the United Kingdom's Royal Mail joining them on Tuesday, the 26th. The list continues to grow, including Belgium, Spain, Norway, and Finland, and it's not just limited to Europe and India. Postal operators in other major hubs like Thailand, Singapore, and South Korea have also announced they are halting or adjusting their services. So why is everyone stopping shipments instead of just collecting the new taxes? The core problem is a critical lack of information and preparation. Foreign postal services say they have received no clear instructions from the U.S. authorities on how this new system is supposed to work. There is immense confusion about who is responsible for collecting these new duties. Is it the postal service in the country of origin? Is it the airline that transports the package? Or is it the recipient in the U.S.? The U.S. government has stated that airlines or other qualified parties must collect and pay the duties before the goods arrive. However, these qualified parties haven't been clearly defined, and the systems for collecting these small individual payments from millions of packages simply do not exist yet. Airlines have reportedly told postal services they cannot transport the parcels under this cloud of uncertainty, fearing they could be held liable for unpaid duties. This has forced the postal operators to suspend services to avoid logistical chaos and potential financial penalties. Compounding the problem is the timing. United States Customs and Border Protection only released the technical details for these new procedures on August 15th. giving the entire world's postal and shipping industry just 2 weeks to implement a massively complex new system. The implications of this shutdown are significant. For individuals, it means delays for expected packages and an inability to send new ones. When services eventually resume, American consumers can expect to pay new taxes on goods they purchase from abroad, potentially making many international products more expensive. For businesses, especially small and medium-sized e-commerce companies in Europe and Asia, this is a major blow. They rely on affordable postal services to reach the massive United States market. This suspension cuts off a vital revenue stream and creates a significant barrier to trade that didn't exist just a few weeks ago. This is all happening within a broader context of increasing trade frictions and new tariffs being implemented by the United States administration, adding another layer of complexity to the global economic landscape. Looking ahead, the big question is, how long will this last? The answer is that nobody knows. The suspensions are open-ended and will likely remain in place until the United States government provides clear, workable guidelines that allow postal services and airlines to understand and implement the new tariff collection process. Postal operators have stated they are in communication with the United States authorities, trying to find a solution to restore full service as quickly as possible. In the meantime, customers who have already sent packages that are now stuck in the system may be able to apply for a refund on their postage. For now, a significant channel of global commerce remains severed, waiting for a clear path forward.